This is not a story about a bad divorce. This is the story of how love became a weapon and how the American dream turned into a nightmare.
Dan and Betty Broderick were the picture-perfect couple of the 1980s. A doctor, a mother of five, mansions, and country clubs. They represented the ultimate American dream. But behind the beautiful facade, the foundation was already poisoned.
The perfect life began to crumble when Dan Broderick hired a young, beautiful blonde assistant named Linda Kolkena. Betty suspected nothing at first, believing her husband's denials. But suspicion soon turned into a terrifying reality. Dan had left his wife and children for his assistant. The legal separation that followed was brutal, and it pushed Betty past the point of no return. Her paranoia was justified. What followed was one of the most vicious divorces in American history. Dan, a powerful attorney, used his legal knowledge to financially crush Betty. He withheld money, sold their home without her consent, and used the legal system as a weapon. Betty's reaction was catastrophic. Vandalism, verbal abuse, and driving her car straight through Dan's front door. The legal battle had turned into a personal war zone. Despite the court orders and restraining notices, Betty's obsession grew. Her children became pawns in the conflict, and Dan refused to listen to her emotional pleas. This escalating warfare culminated in a chilling realization for Betty. The legal system had failed her, and her revenge could only be achieved outside the courtroom. This realization was the final step towards the unimaginable. On November 5th, 1989, Betty Broderick took a handgun and drove to Dan and Linda's new home. She let herself in, walked into the master bedroom, and fired all 5 bullets. Dan and Linda were instantly killed in their sleep. This was Betty's ultimate devastating act of finality, a moment of revenge that had been years in the making and cost 2 lives. The sensational trial that followed shook San Diego. Betty did not deny the act. She argued it was a direct result of 5 years of emotional and psychological abuse by her ex-husband. The case highlighted the complex issues of domestic abuse and betrayal. Betty Broderick was eventually convicted of 2 counts of second-degree murder and remains in prison today, a permanent reminder of a life destroyed by the price of ultimate revenge. Betty Broderick's story is not just about 5 bullets, but about a marriage that failed so spectacularly, it pulled 2 entire families into the abyss. We are left asking, what is the real price of betrayal? A luxury life destroyed, and a revenge that consumed the avenger herself. Tell us what you think in the comments below. Was this justice or tragedy? Subscribe for more stories of true crime and consequences.